Hello lovelies, welcome back to Lifestyle Chapter. Today we are having beef and vegetable sauce for dinner. If you're new to this channel, I welcome you to the family and let's get started. So here I have my beef, about 2 pounds of beef that have been sliced and cut into smaller sizes. To that I'm going to marinate it with some eggs. So I have 1 egg that I have cracked into, and also I'm adding on some white pepper, black pepper, some salt to taste, I'm also going to add in about a tablespoon of soy sauce, and to that I'm also going to add in a tablespoon of cornstarch. So here I'll get my gloves ready and then mix everything up nicely together. So I'm making sure all the ingredients are mixed and marinated well on the beef to give it a nice taste. Then I will set it aside and continue with the other ingredients. So here I have 1 yellow onion that I'm slicing into strips. I'll put all the ingredients and the measurements in the description box down below for those who want to try this recipe. So I have a clean plate that I'm going to transfer the chopped onions on. So here I always want to prep my ingredients before I start cooking. So that is what I'm trying to do here. I have all my vegetables that I'm going to prep on here. So I have my red bell peppers. I'm using half red bell pepper for this that I have chopped into cubes or diced. I'm also dicing up a half yellow bell pepper. It all depends on the number of persons you are making the recipe for. You can add more, you can make it more than half to your preference and you're good. And to that I have my carrots ready. They've been washed and cleaned. All that I need to do now is to slice them into strips. You can do it any style or shape you want. I'm just going to cut them into strips. So here I'm all done with the carrot. I'm going to add it to the rest of the chopped ingredients and set it aside also. Here also I have my jalapeno peppers, which I'm going to add to the ingredients. These are hot and it's going to give the recipe some heat. So I'm cutting it into this size or slabs. You can cut it in any style or shape you want, but I decided to cut it into slabs for this recipe. I'm all done cutting it, so I'm going to transfer that also into a clean plate and set aside. And to that, I have my cloves of garlic that I'm also going to work on. So I'm going to cut it the same style that I cut the jalapeños. So in this recipe, I'm not blending anything. Everything is going to be chopped. That is the easiest and most interesting part of it. I'm not blending any ingredients over here. And then I have my ginger, about a thumb size of ginger. I'm also going to cut it into slabs the same way as the jalapeno and the garlic. So that is also going to be done nicely. And I'll add it to the prepped ingredients. And then finally, I'm going to work on the broccoli. Fresh broccoli that I got. I put it in the refrigerator, but it's still very fresh and nice. So I'm cutting off the stems to open them up a little bit. So I'm making that ready also. And then we'll set this aside after I cut it. So here, whilst prepping for my vegetables, I had my water ready on fire, which you can see it's boiling. I'm going to add in the fresh broccoli and also the carrots. This way it is going to help the broccoli and carrots cook for just about 5 minutes. And it is also, I'm doing this because I don't want the broccoli or the carrot to be too soft or mushy in the recipe that I'm going to make. So this way it keeps it crunchy and enjoyable when you're having your beef stir fry. So it's going to be in the boiling water for just about 5 minutes. So here I'm stirring it nicely so to make sure the water goes everywhere, and then I'll take it off the water into another bowl. So the 5 minutes is up. I'm taking out the broccoli and the carrot into another bowl. I'm transferring it into another bowl. And then with that, I will add in room temperature water on the vegetables and then drain the water out. This way it keeps the vegetables, the broccoli and the carrots very crunchy and nice, and you can use that for your recipe. So here I have my pan ready and I've drizzled in some olive oil, and to that I'm adding in the beef that I marinated earlier on. I'm going to allow it to cook. So I'm stirring it whilst it's frying. I'll allow it to cook until it turns brown. So here it is. It is all done. The beef is cooked nicely and the aroma here is amazing. So I'll take it out of the pan and pour it in a bowl and set it aside whilst I get another pan ready, and then I pour in the jalapenos, the garlic and the ginger in oil, and I'll saute it for about 2 minutes. Here I don't want it to get too soft, so it's going to be 2 minutes because I have the rest of the ingredients to be added to it. To that, I'm going to add in the sliced onions. Yeah, I'm trying to open up the onions nicely so it can be sauteed well. So I'm mixing everything up with the other ingredients to allow it to saute. And then to that, I'm going to add on the red and yellow bell peppers. I'll allow that to also saute for about 2 minutes. Mind you, I don't want the vegetables to be soft or mushy, so I make sure I'm still within the range of time. And to that, I'm squeezing in some lemon juice. I'm using 1 small size lemon juice, and also I'm pouring in about a tablespoon of soy sauce and also a teaspoon of oyster sauce. So I'm stirring everything up nicely together. And to that, I'm adding in the broccoli and then the carrot. I'll continue to stir all the vegetables together. So I'll let this stir fry for about 3 to 4 minutes, because I don't need the broccoli to cook too much anymore. And then I've added on the beef. Look how juicy and beautiful this is looking already. So here I'll stir everything up together nicely for everything to be even. So that is what I'm doing now. To that, I've tasted and I need a little bit of salt, so I'm sprinkling on some salt. And I'm tasting to see if everything is okay, which it looks okay and better. So I'll leave it on. Still, it hasn't reached the 4 minutes. So here I have a mixture of water and cornstarch, about 1/4 cup, that I'm adding onto the beef stir fry to give it a little bit of thickness. So that is what I added to it, and I'm stirring everything up nicely. This is going to give it the sauce, and also is going to thicken, give it a little bit of thickness for the recipe. So lovelies, here you're almost done. As you can see, the sauce on the beef and vegetable stir fry, I'm trying to see if the beef is soft to the point that I want, and my goodness, it is so juicy and soft. So lovelies, this is how our beef and vegetable sauce is looking. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and like and share as well. And I'll bring you another sumptuous recipe. Thank you. Bye.